Hello, Andy. This is Colin. I won't be able to get in tonight. I'm sweating like a pig. I'm sweating like a pig.
Hi, welcome to the One Up Gaming Podcast. David here. This week you can have a chance to win the Everspace Interplay Collection 2. All you need to do is subscribe to the YouTube channel and leave a comment on any video that says Evercade for a chance to win this. With this game, you get a load of, the Mega Drive sort of games. So you get Claymates, Earthworm Jim 2, Clay Fighter 2, Prehistoric Man, Rad Gravity, and the Brainies, or the Braining. Is it Braining? I can't read it. But Evercade as a comment for a chance to win this cartridge. We also have, drop that down there, a t-shirt to give away. I think it's a large, and this t-shirt is from the old OUG team, and I'm just going to give it away. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and leave the comment t-shirt on any video for a chance to win this t-shirt. That, my friends, is the giveaway, so on with the show. And we're back. It's me, David, still One Up Gaming, still episode 365 of the One Up Gaming Podcast. And this, my friends, is the games we've been playing this week. I do love it when I look up, because the underneath of the hat is green. You just see straight through to the background, which is quite funny. But yeah, so One Up Gaming, please go to the website, oneupgaming.co.uk. News, reviews, features on there, as well as the daily content on our YouTube channel. Please subscribe, share, like, ding the bells, things like that. And this is the games we've been playing this week with me, David. So first of all, Midnight Fight Express. Now this one, I kind of liked the cover, but I thought it was a little bit generic, so I didn't play it. And then it was up on the Xbox saying that it was getting removed from the Xbox Game Pass soon. So I thought, oh, do you know what, perfect time, slap it on, have a quick go of it. And it's very much like the old school brawlers, like side-scrolling beat-em-ups. Full 3D environments, nice looking, smooth animation. The camera angle's more of a up, sort of angled, looking down. But the fighting was good, the movement was good, the characters seemed good. I got enthralled with the story to start with, to see how things were progressing. And I would say it's a good little game. If it's cheap, buy it. Play it while you can, it's a good little game. I don't know why I say play it while you can. If it's still on Game Pass, give it a quick go. If not, see how much it is, and I'd say it's worth about £15-20. See how it goes. Next up, is it the Quake 2? Is it like a remake of Quake 2, or just a redoing of Quake 2 that came out recently, a couple of weeks ago? And it looks really nice. It's fast. It's smooth. Now, because I'm a old school console gamer, I had a PC. I played one game franchise on it. If anyone can guess, it was Championship Manager. And then I think in about 2000-ish, it went over to Football Manager. And Sports Interactive, I love those games. I think I just don't have the time anymore that I used to. I used to love them so much. But they were the only games I played on a PC. And on the PlayStation, on the N64, on the PlayStation 2, on the Dreamcast, that's where I played Quake. Maybe even the Sega Saturn, like the original Quake on that. They made an amazing port of that. Lobotomy Software, I think. Was it Lobotomy? Something like that. Great game. But I've not played the original source of the series. So I had a quick go at this, and yeah, it's good. It's fast, fluid, smooth. Graphics look good, detailed, and it's just run and gun. I love run and gun games. Less to think about, less to do, and you're just running and shooting. I love it. So I think this is on Game Pass, and if you don't have Game Pass, say like you have a PS5 or whatever, I think it'll be about 20 quid at a guess, and it's perfect for that sort of price. Good little game, I loved it. Next up is a game called God. Now this one, I had no idea what this was, and when I actually did download it and load it up, it looked like a top-down view of, say, like a Diablo sort of game, but it added a lot more village building mechanics with the one-on-one fighting mechanic-y bits, with turn-based stuff and trees of life and witches and magic and all that. Again, it was a game that I myself got lost in because I don't play this type of game. I'd never played the PC style of this sort of thing where it was point and click and shoot and manage things. The most of this sort of game I've played is either Cannon Fodder or Megalomania, and that's just because I loved Sensible Software, and those two are some of my all-time favourite games. But they are very much watered down action strategy sort of games. You know, it's like you control, I guess you don't control the guys because you actually point and click and shoot. You don't have as much. Imagine Command and Conquer. Imagine Cannon Fodder mixed with Megalomania. So you actually moved your individual units and stuff, and you built bases and built towers and things. That sounds good, but because nowadays you can't have the very simple, streamlined interface, everything's got to be like 6 windows in as you're digging into more detail. But for me, I lose interest quickly. And when it is a game that is set like that, I just get lost and I just turn off and my brain switches off. And I just don't think it's very good, unfortunately. Next up, we have Carmageddon Max Damage. Now, if memory serves correctly, this was one of the first announced, at the time, next-gen games for the PS4 and the Xbox One. And I think this got delayed and didn't actually come out to about 2017, I think. The game itself looks okay, but it's got that very cheap budget open world aesthetic. The cars have damage modelling, which is quite cool, but the cars also, the handling seems so that the car pivots in the middle and it sort of like rotates around and the screen doesn't catch up, and then you can rotate the camera separately. So it's more like a first person shooter on a pivot point in the middle for the car, and you can be driving along and rotate the camera so you're driving the wrong way to where you're looking. Which I get, if it's like a car combat game, you might need to look where you're going. But I'd prefer to have like a lock on, and then you hold like the Y button to lock onto that enemy, so you can be driving around and you're automatically locking onto them. That's just my thinking. I don't like it when you're driving and moving the camera. It just makes me feel ill. And yeah, I think it was just the license was a good license, but they just didn't do the game justice. So the game looks alright, just doesn't play very well, and I kind of got bored, and I literally had no idea what I was doing, to be fair. I was just blitzing around. So there's a video up on the YouTube, have a look at that, see how we do. Next up we have Cloud Punk. Now this one, I've always seen the title screen and thought that looked amazing. I started playing it, and at first I was like, what the hell's going on? You're like a little shuttle thing and you're on a highway, you can go up and down, and then I noticed that it all looks like the Minecraft style graphics, but because it's dark and it's moody and it's got all the little lights on, and it just looks really nice, very cyberpunky. But you're basically like a delivery driver, and you have to get to where it's asking you to go to. Then you land, you get out of your little car, flying car, and you're like a little stick figure thing, and you run around, you talk to people, you get packages, you get back in your car and you deliver it to where you're going. And the first 10-15 minutes I was lost. I had no idea what I was doing, I had no idea what to do, but then it clicked. And then it's like, do you know what? It is actually a really fun little game and I really enjoyed it. So I would recommend Cloudpunk. It's a good little game, cheap, good. I don't know. It's a nice little game. I enjoyed it. Next up we have Strategic Mind, Fight for Dominance. And this one, as you might guess, went over my head dramatically. It's a top-down strategy, turn-based, and you move your units and you only have a certain amount of moves to make, and then you have to let your opponent go, they move. And it's very simple graphics, but once it gets into the combat thing, it looks amazing. It zooms in, everything looks almost photorealistic, real. It looked amazing, tanks and all the war machinery and stuff. It looked great, I loved it. Very hard to get into, very difficult to work out. And I don't know if that's just because it's on the Xbox, so there's more buttons, more wheels, more digging into sub-menus to get into things. But I would easily say it's one of the better strategy games that I've played for a long time. I was able to get into it, I was able to fight things, I was able to work out what buttons was doing what. So I don't know if that was a plus or a minus, but it's simple. And I really think for a console game you need that for the game. So the last game that we played this week is a game called Everspace II. And this was on the Xbox. Again, a lot of my games now are on the Xbox. The PS5's just turned off in the corner somewhere. I might move it to the bedroom because I never use it. But Everspace 2, I loved Everspace. I think I played it on the Nintendo Switch a couple of years ago now, or maybe even more than that. And it looked amazing, it played well, and this is just a higher res, polished version of that. And I got into the first sort of level, the training mission bit, the first level, and it looks nice, it plays nice. The story started to get you its little talons into you, and I could easily see myself putting more time into this. These are my sort of games, easy to pick up, good to play, fast, responsive, and it's just a nice game. So I would say Everspace 2, good game, great on the consoles, nice thing there. So as always, every Monday on the YouTube, so every week we have different videos, every day we have different videos on the YouTube channel. Every Monday we have the UK Top 40 charts, every Tuesday we have the Boost Road series, every Wednesday we have the Which is Best, every Thursday we have the Retro Thursdays, Fridays a podcast, Saturdays the games played this week, and Sunday we have the weekly news roundup. Going into the Which is Best, this week we have gone into the Mortal Kombat franchise, so we've got some videos, someone talking over that about which one's best, why it's best and all that. So I'll have a watch of that next. Well, just let's have a look at our YouTube channel, and every Wednesday we have a video going up with which is best. So it's been me, David, One Up Gaming, episode 365 of the One Up Gaming podcast, and we'll have a quick break and we're back with this week's news. So back soon.